Lift me up slowly and I'll peek over the edge. I think our luck just ran out.
You said a mouthful.
Coming up, the G.I. Joe Classified Series, number 147, the Cobra S.A.W VIPER. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series, number 147, the Cobra S.A.W semi-automatic weapon VIPER. So, new wave, it's finally hit, and we got them all. First, we're going to start it out with the S.A.W VIPER, because I guess he was one of the ones I was looking forward to the most. I'll show you real quick, we did pick up two, so we have them both in hand. We're only going to open one, but let's go ahead and check out the box. So, typical carbon fiber look that is with the new classified figures on their box. Cobra logo, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Cobra S.A.W VIPER, semi-automatic weapon. Cobra and 147 at the top. Off to the side, you have some stats, as well as a QR code. On the bottom, there's your UPC. Around to the back, stats again. Promo image of the S.A.W VIPER with some more in the background. Kind of looks like they're in probably like the city, on the streets, you know, just demolishing everything in their sight. You can see, looks like Doc's helmet there on the ground. You got a couple of shots of the head without the helmet and with the helmet on. Off to the side, some pretty cool artist rendering. I like that look. The gun looks pretty slick too from that. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and pop him open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. All right, so new wave in hand. Got a slew of some content coming at you with these new classified figures, so I'm pretty excited. Let's go ahead and get him out of here. Crap. So yeah, so always have been a fan of the S.A.W VIPER. Just think he looks pretty cool. Back when I got my first one, during a Real American Hero, you know, I was like, geez, that gun is gigantic, but I see they went with a more slimmed down version. It's still a pretty big ass gun, but they got some differences to it. You see it's got that chainsaw there at the bottom. It has this long ammo belt. The gun has some, I guess, some different styles and gadgets on it so far from what I see. It does have that big old ammo drum there on the bottom. He's got the knife, pistol, there's the helmet, the backpack, and of course the figure. So let's go ahead and pop out all the accessories and we'll go over them one by one. Accessories out, let's get the figure out. All right, so here he is. We're gonna go ahead and set him back for the time being and go over the accessories. First up, we're gonna go over his backpack. And we got a new model here, so pretty cool looking. You have this kind of purple hue. It's got the black on there. You see some pouches and all that good stuff. Got that nice handle. What do you want to call this? A back rack. There's the peg. It's got a peg in the front, so we can probably hold one of his other accessories on here. You can see where that ammo belt will plug in here. So pretty cool. Stand that up. Yes, it stands. All right, awesome. We'll go over a couple of smaller accessories now. And first up, the knife. Here that is. You see all black. It's got kind of that crooked handle. It's got the finger grips on it and the black blade. A little serration at the top. Kind of overlapping blade on the bottom. Pistol. Small, compact, semi-automatic, 9mm likely. See, it's got a pretty good custom look to it. It's got that chamber extension with that hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect, a sight on the top, and extended magazine here at the bottom. Very nice. His helmet, you see all purple, got some black ridges in the back. You got that neon yellow visor. There's the inside. Not much to it. The ammo belt. So another new unique piece. So fairly thin, modernized. So kind of like cartridges all connected. So we have something up in there. It has that light gray. I think they kind of went with a more matte metallic color, but it looks good. Nice and flexible, and it has some length to it too, so you know you're not going to run out of space with it. And then finally we have his, I'm just going to call it his saw, because I originally called the old school gun a saw. So it's okay. It's a little hefty. It's kind of odd. You have that weird handle back here, probably with the trigger right there at the end of it. So more kind of like a power tool almost. Here's that drum, and it is removable, and this is purple as opposed to the black like the rest of the weapon itself. You have that large movable handle up in the front, so you can lean forward or have it angled back, you know, something to get some grip on, because I'm sure this thing has quite a hell of a punch. The barrel down here, you see there is a small hole for a blast effect as well. And then your actual little chainsaw here on the end that is removable. So purple, and then you have that silver metallic blade. He could probably use this as a hand tool as well. You know, if he was coming at you in close combat, you know, slice off a limb or two. But pretty neat. All right, so now let's go over the figure. And here is the Saw Viper. It looks pretty awesome, I gotta say. I like the kind of neck shield he has on. Kind of reminds me of Tripwire with that. The all black mask. He's got the earpiece coming down with the microphone. Nice detail on them eyes. They're kind of showing through pretty good. Cobra logo up on the vest. I like the different choices that they used with the colors as well. You know, you have the black jumpsuit underneath, and then you have the darker purple, the lighter purple, which reminds me a lot of the 50th, the modern Joes that they came out with. You know, you got the Saw Viper from the 50th anniversary, the Nocturnal Fire Saw Viper from the JoeCon set, which was more of this lighter purple. The 50th one, of course, had this darker, but he is loaded with armor. You see the shin pads, the knee pads, the thigh pads, the shoulder pads coming down over the bicep, the forearm, all around his chest, even the cod piece going all the way around the waist, and then that big old flak vest. So let's go ahead and pop off this neck guard here, and I want to give a peek at that. Look at the detail inside of there. Cushioned, very cool. Got the pieces coming off. Nice shield in the front, protect your throat. And then there's nothing for the vest, but you heat it up, I'm sure it'll pop off with no problem. So looking under his arms, so the purple pink is pretty similar to the vest itself, but you know, probably a different paint and on the figure, so it looks different. He's got a holster on the side here, knife sheath on the back, that neon green right there has a belt buckle. So all right, let's go ahead and check out the figure's articulation. So that head is on a ball joint. It can rotate a full 360, move forward, back, and left and right. Range of motion in the neck. Over at the arms, right there at the shoulders, you have butterfly joint. He's got that hinge and the movable shoulder pad here. So his arm can come up about that far. You can rotate a full 360. He's got bicep rotation, double jointed elbows. You see that forearm pad can move around as well. You can get an idea of the jumpsuit underneath. You have the hinge peg at the wrist, so that hand can rotate a full 360, angle down and up. That's a pretty nice looking grip hand on there. You got the purple and black gloves. This hand over on the left can angle out and in. So with that vest, we can't see too much underneath, but you can crunch about that far back and that far forward. You do have waist swivel. Down at the legs, up at the hip, you have the drop leg joint. Leg can come forward that far, back that far, and out to the side About that far. Side rotation. Double jointed pinless knees. Down at the ankle, he has that hinge. Allow the foot to go that far forward, that far up, and side to side pivot. Underneath, you can see he's got 2 holes in the bottom of his feet, so you can peg him into a stand. The figure seems to have pretty good stabilization, so he can drop and stand pretty well. But let's go ahead and gear him up. I do have a stand off to the side just in case. I'm probably going to go ahead and just plug him on there because we don't know how top heavy all this weapon and armaments are going to make him. So we'll go ahead and plug him into a stand like that. Let's go ahead and spin him around to the back and we'll give him his knife in his sheath right there. Bring in his pistol and pop that into his holster right here. Now, let's go ahead and put that neck guard back on and we'll check out the helmet. Covers up a majority of it, so he's pretty well protected and it looks pretty badass. I gotta say, he looks nice. I like it. So kind of give him more of a side pose. You know, he's all looking off to his right a bit. We'll bring in that backpack and go ahead and peg that on in through that vest and into the figure's back. And just feeling that already, I'm pretty sure it'll make him a little top heavy, so I'm glad we have him on that stand. So now we'll go ahead and bring in this ammo belt here and we'll slide that into the backpack right there. And then we'll go ahead and bring up this giant gun. And I think we're gonna have him hold it with his left. So let's go ahead and slide that handle into that gripped hand. And force that up to about right here, just to where he's right at that trigger. Kind of angle that arm some, and then we'll bring out the right. And let's give him a grip on this handle piece, which did detach, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and plug that right back in. All right, something like that. We'll go ahead and bring that ammo belt up and plug that into the side of the gun right here. And there we go. So that is your SAW VIPER. So we're going to put him to the side and we're going to go ahead and break out a few comparisons for you. Here's the SAW VIPER with one of his purple suited brethren, and here is the Techno VIPER. Here he is with one of the fierce range Vipers. And with one of my personal favorites, the Alley Piper. Now to make things just a little fun, I'll bring out a couple modern SAW VIPers. So here you have the classified version and the Joe-Con Nocturnal Fire SAW VIPER, as well as the 50th anniversary SAW VIPER. So you can see the difference in the colors that they've went on with. You know, you have the more traditional purple here, and then you have the two-tone pinks here. But this one probably takes the cake. You have the mix of purples in there, which I think is a really nice choice, and it looks great. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and toss the SAW VIPER up onto the turntable, and we will give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
All right, so here you have it, the G.I. Joe Classified Series, number 147, the Cobra SAW VIPER, semi-automatic weapon. Very cool figure. Nice homage to the original Real American Hero SAW VIPER. I love the purples and the pinks that they used in the figure. The new edition of that kind of larger, weird gun that he has is pretty awesome. I like the addition that they also added with that little chainsaw on the front. I do like the ammo belt. That's pretty cool. It runs back to his backpack. We had that before with the other SAW Vipers from the 50th version. Very, very cool. It's got the pistol, the knife that goes in the back of his belt. I really think they did a nice job on that backpack. That's probably one of my favorite pieces to the figure. It looks great. Going around, just seeing how fully decked out and armored up he is, it really fits the figure. That neck guard, the helmet on top of it, and even the head itself. You know, if you were to just take the mask off, or I'm sorry, the helmet, take that off, and you have that new head sculpt, which it really looks great, even though it's just a black mask over top with that earpiece and mic coming down off of it. It looks really, really good. So overall, it's a really nice figure. I'm glad to finally have this added to the collection, and I can't wait to go over the rest of the wave, so we'll have some more coming out this week. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.